Starting out solitary. This is week 256. And disclaimer, we'll be talking about death. And I know for some this might be a triggering topic right now, but I talked to the group and majority of them do agree that it is something that should be talked about right now. It's already a taboo topic. No, I don't have the virus, just FYI. It's just allergies. But, you know, during a time like this, a lot of people do get even more anxious about it. And I think talking about it more is a healthier option to make it less scary. But the topic specifically is about process. I wrote process after dying. Like, what do you feel like your spirit does after it dies? Now, for me, mine's probably going to be a little bit different than others because I have the atheist background. I have to say, I don't know. Just to be honest, what I would like to believe, and that I believe a little bit, I do feel like we do get reincarnated. Or I strongly lean towards that, but of course there's no proof either way, so it's kind of like, can't 100% back it. I don't believe that there's a heaven or a hell in Christian words. I I do feel there's an afterlife. I do believe that there are spirits, so that has to mean there's something. uh, there is still a chance that, you know, when we die, that's it. Nothing. And end of story. But we won't know or care because, well, we'd be dead. But for me, I feel like I've got the hiccups, so I'm trying to not do that while recording. I do feel like we could reincarnate, and it would make sense to me personally, and that I do believe there are spirits or ghosts, depending on what you want to call them, after they pass on. I definitely feel energies from those that have passed, and I'm pretty sure I saw a ghost of my cat, but I'm blind, so I never know. I don't, like, ideally, I kind of want to feel like what some might call the Summerlands or heaven or whatever you want to call it. And I know some might think she's a fraud or whatever, but the way Sylvia Browne kind of described her idea of the afterlife, and kind of the process of coming back, I lean a little bit more towards something similar to that, where everyone's kind of like one age. It's not walking on a cloud, but it's like basically just another world, and we choose the body we go into next, put the difficulties in, the learning experiences, and who we might have issues with, and what our life goal is, stuff like that. Like, I kind of believe more of that type. I can't remember the book exactly, but she wrote a book completely talking about it. It's like, I think it says something with the afterlife in the name, or like what happens after you die, or something of that sort. She has hundreds of books, so God knows. But that's kind of how I feel about it. Do I know for sure? I don't. But it isn't something to be afraid of, even though, especially we Americans that are watching this, because obviously not all of you are American. Some other cultures and countries have a closer relationship to death, where it's not as taboo. But me, and how I grew up, it was always something that was very uncomfortable to talk about. Some people will just write out and not discuss it because it's scary. And you know, it's less, I think the idea is more that we're scared of the unknown than the actual dying, other than maybe like how we die. I think we all just kind of ideally just want to go in our sleep, so we just don't know after a very long life. But you know, that's not ideal. And in this time of people panicking, I will say there's still more deaths from the average flu than there is from this virus. But you know, just be safe, social distance, wash your hands, wash things down, and just try to use common sense. Um, just like don't walk in the middle of highway, you know, during rush hour. It's just common sense. So, um, I'm curious if anyone has any thoughts on this. They agree, disagree, and I'm sure everyone who does videos this week. And I do apologize if some weeks are kind of short. You know, just it's a crazy time, so we get out as many videos as we can. But we're all going to have different perspectives on this. So everybody be safe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.